again notified that I cannot park on my grass. Well, I live on the main road. I have 3 vehicles. I have to park somewhere. If I'm in my driveway, I am rotating cars every morning, every night. So clearly ordinances have their usefulness. As a city, we can't allow anything to occur that causes rodents, disease, interference with first responders, or unsafe conditions. That's a given. Parking on your lawn is not hurting anything, especially when I have no place else to park, as many residents who live on the main road. City business, the traffic has just exploded. Some mornings we're 6 to 7 minutes getting out of our driveway. Nobody will let us out. 3 times I've been late for work because I cannot get out onto Beech Daly. Now, there's no reason that citizens on our main road should shoulder the burden of moving vehicles around. You guys would not deal with it yourselves. Now, in subdivisions, they're golden. If I could afford to live there, maybe I would. But the house I grew up in is where I live. It's my memories, it's my home. When I was younger, we parked on that side of my house because we don't have sidewalks, because we're on the main road. Nobody ever bothered us. For 50 years I've lived in this home, 55. Since this administration, I've been notified twice, and it's quite annoying. If you live in a subdivision, you get taxpayer-funded snowplow removal, you get taxpayer-funded street improvements, you get taxpayer-funded parking spots. On Beech Daly, we get traffic jams, and we get notices that we can't park on our lawn. Now, I have another burden on my home, and there's a fire hydrant in front of my home. I can't park there, that's why I want to park on my side of my house. It's not worth someone dying over for me to park in front. And I can't put gravel down because now we need a permit. I was told 2 years ago when I came forward, I could go to the zoning board, pay $100. Now, subdivisions, they don't have to pay anything. They get all the taxpayer-funded parking they want. They can have as many guests and parties that they want at their home because they can park up and down the street. My home, many people on main roads, our constitutional right to gather lawfully is being violated. We have no place to park. If we have people, we have to worry about the knock on the door. You have to move your vehicles. We can't park on the shoulder. That's a danger to other people. Living on the main road has its disadvantages. The only advantage it is it's pretty cheap. I can afford to pay the taxes. So the 90 grand, I can let it go. I can afford a little bit, but I just want to be a little more careful. But I'm asking the council and the mayor, since people live on the main roads, we have to do something to stop this interference where we park in our everyday lives. I'm hoping that the council can grant an amnesty program for a certain amount of time to give people an opportunity to put gravel down so we're not parking on the grass. I'm asking that they look at it so we can eliminate the cost to go to the zoning board and cost us money when the people in the subdivisions get it all for free. They're being coddled and on our taxpayer. It's not right. And I'm tired of being harassed over it where I park. When I first, I lived in this home my whole life, but when I first bought it from my parents, it was no problem. It was just myself. Then I got married. No problem, we have gravel out front, I can park there. Then I graduated from college, and my husband so thoughtfully bought me a Mustang. Well, it's only driven 5 months of the year, and now I can't even put it in the garage because my family car has to be there. So now I leave it out in the drive with the chance of vandalism. And it's been happening, and you all know it. My neighbor's truck got hit. So once again, I'm asking if you would please just consider an amnesty program that gives us a certain amount of time at no cost to make parking per code so that we can stop being harassed. That's all I ask of you is think about living on a main road. It's hard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly.
Yes?
Mrs. Beverly?
Well, I'm sorry.
You said you got 2 or 3 roads. When did you get the first one?
2 years ago, I was parked out front, but next to my house, where we parked for 50 years. And I received a warning, and when I complained, it turned into a ticket. So I got taken to court, and everything was dismissed, which I know is because he was running for judge. I'm not that. So I'm grateful, trust me, because I couldn't afford the ticket. And then the other day I was parked out front, and my husband got a knock at the door. move your vehicle, because I was told through the city that there was so much complaints that they let it drop. So I was a little lax. He got the knock at the door, said, move your vehicle or get a ticket.
You're asking for an amnesty, but you're telling me that you received a notice 2 years ago and you haven't taken action yet. So if I vote for a 2-month amnesty or a 4-month, you haven't acted in 2 years, what time period is it going to take you to do what you think is necessary to park within code?
Well, I think if there's an amnesty program, I think a lot of people that live on the main roads could, have a couple months to do it. Winter's coming. My issue, when I came up last time, I was really agitated. I let it drop. It was my fault. And then my car, I parked it in the garage for the winter, and it didn't affect me because I didn't have to move vehicles. But now it's affecting me again. And for 2 years, nothing happened. And as I said, I was told that the city is not doing it because too many people were complaining. And that's what I was told by 3 people. I know that's not the whole city, but they were affected also.
By someone in the city or just neighbors or?
Well, it's hearsay. Somebody who knows
I don't know
the
if the city said that.
No,
so
I
I'm
know.
Careful.
No, not the city. I said, not the city. I said by 3 people, and it's not the whole city. But they were also involved, and they were told that they stopped it. They heard from somebody on the council that it stopped. I don't know the name. But all I'm asking is, can't we do something? I can't afford to pay $100 for the zone, to have it reviewed, to have a few people say, well, you can or cannot make your life easier. And I can't afford a permit. All I want to know is, can I put gravel down, and can't I have the same conditions that somebody in the subdivision has, where I don't have to pay for it? I mean, it's not right that they get everything for free in the subdivision.
I think that's
I'm with you.
in the subdivision, and you're kind of losing me on the whole constitutional right to gather. I understand there's a struggle, but I don't know if your constitutional rights are being harmed, and I don't know if everything is free in the suburbs. And you did have, in my opinion, a 2-year warning to take action, so I'm not sure an amnesty period, not speaking for everybody, but for you, I don't know how long I have to give you for you to take action. It sounds like your preference is to park on the grass, and a lot of people in Taylor, I've been here 50 years, my preference is my neighbors don't park on the grass, so I'm glad that we enforce the rules that we have. I know it's a struggle, but there is an option. I don't know if it's $100, I don't know what the zoning is, I'll be honest with you, but you've had a 2-year warning, you decided not to take action, and there's a solution out there for you if you want it. And I would recommend that you look into it, because the alternative to letting everyone park on the grass, I don't think that's good for the city. I don't think it's good for anyone who's doing it, their neighbors, and I would speak strongly against allowing people to park on the grass. There's a solution out there. I suggest that you go after it.
Well, I appreciate that, but on the main road, we're a little further apart than the subdivision. And in subdivisions, they do. Right now, all through the subdivisions, you see all sorts of road repairs being done. On Beech Daly, we have called several times and said, there's a bump in front of our home, can you fix it? It's still not fixed. The ditches are overflowing, can you do anything? Nope, they never do anything. So 2 years to do anything, I let it slide because I was told it doesn't matter. They stopped it, and I did it for 50 years. And then if I have to pay for this, then I think people in the subdivision should have to pay for their snow plowing. They should have to pay. Why would they get it for free? So if you gave an amnesty, you told me I don't have to go to the zoning board and pay $100. You told me I don't have to get a permit. I would be more than happy to go to the zoning board and ask them where I could place gravel, and I would place it down this weekend. But on the other hand, with the zoning board, that fire hydrant, I have to be careful. I don't want anybody to die. And there is gravel under where I park. I just let it grow over with grass because I was single at the time. It didn't matter. I didn't need it. But there's a hard soil.
Chair, this whole concept of subdivisions get everything for free. I'm in sort of a subdivision. I'm lucky enough to have 3 acres. And I have plenty of parking, which is nice. And I understand your situation. But I pay a lot of taxes.
I'm sure.
I pay a lot of taxes. And everybody in the subdivisions pay their fair share of taxes. So if they're not giving anything for free, they're not giving their snow plowing for free, it comes out of their taxes. Their taxes pay for your snow plowing also.
My snow plowing hits Beech Daly, and I have to do it all over again because it's a main road. It's no comparison. My whole point is, it's not right that they get all the parking they want on public streets, and I can't even park where I need to park to make my life a little easier, as with many people on my street. So all I'm asking, if you give an amnesty thing, I'm sure a lot of people will move forward and get it done correctly, and move forward and won't have this issue with it. asking you to consider.
Madam Chairman,
Thank you.
just a point of clarification. The main roads are plowed first and salted first, so Beech Daly would be one of the first roads that are plowed and salted. And number two, in terms of repair, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we've repaired approximately 3 miles of Beech Daly, a complete replacement. We started at Pennsylvania, and I think we're down past Brest or to the intersection of Brest. Our plan would be to continue on to making those improvements, but to say that we're ignoring Beech Daly is simply not true.
We've asked for years and we've heard the same thing. They're getting to it and they're getting to the ditching. Like I said, I've lived there 55 years. We've heard the same promises.
Madam Chair, each lane mile is probably $2 million to repair, so it is expensive, and we did start with the determination that was made in the worst area first, treating that first, but the plan is to continue to move down Beech Daly, and at some point, those repairs will be made as well. I don't know exactly where you're at in terms of location, but one of the main reasons we don't encourage parking on the lawn is there are utilities, there are culverts, there's drain tiles underneath the grass, and your car could sink and damage it. So it's a lot more than just aesthetics. There's principle behind why parking on the lawn is not allowable.
It's understood. And like I said, I understand ordinances, but it's not right that the people in the subdivisions,